Hey everyone, welcome back to the Reformed Grognard. This is an unboxing of Unbroken, the game. This game has courted some controversy online, including a lot of I would say, inappropriate comments from the publisher and printer and distributor on their Kickstarter page and the BGG forums. I believe he was actually banned from commenting on BGG, which is pretty significant. There's been a lot of stuff about this game since it was done. One of its primary things is the way they're shipping things and the way they're responding to people about shipping. I was a late backer on this. About a month after I backed, I received an email asking me for more money, saying that they had misfigured the shipping costs on it, which is understandable. It's a Kickstarter. If it was their first game, it would be a lot more understandable, frankly. But it sounds like it was one of those things where they added stuff to it for the stretch goals and neglected to figure weight properly or charge it properly. I'm not sure exactly what happened. Frankly, I think there's some shenanigans going on that's completely unrelated to improper planning, but I'll talk about that a little bit when there's something more interesting to look at than this. The one other controversy is that all of these are being shipped medium mail, or at least a bulk of them. Mine was, anyway. I've also seen others. I've seen ones arrive with a postage due stating that it's not medium mail on here. That is technically true. This is not media mail. By the word of USPS law, media mail is intended for use for shipping printed media, CDs, VHS tapes, books, music, that kind of thing. And it's designed for educational and cheap shipping for that type of material. However, they have a lot of rules about it. You can't include advertising. You cannot include games. Specifically are noted as things that you cannot mail via media mail. They're in violation here. Simple fact. They're also doing it to be cheaper, and that immediately does color my opinion of this game. Even had I not been privy to all of the drama on the Kickstarter and on the BGG forums, had this shown up media mail and I saw this without having any idea, I would have been really surprised. Because I've mailed thousands of things over the last years. Some of them do qualify for media mail, and even then I don't ship them that way, because if I include even so much as a business card with my website on it, it does not qualify for media mail. You can't mail a Christmas card via media mail if you include certain things in it. That's how restrictive it is as far as that's concerned. So this is weird. Do not agree with it. I think this should have been shipped priority because it claims to be 2 pounds. It doesn't feel like it's 2 pounds, but that's what they claim anyway. So let's see how it got here. The package seems to have survived reasonably well, all things considered. Let's see what we got in here, shall we? Unbroken. The solo series, which is strange. It appears to have a wrecking ball. Came in like a wrecking ball. I have no idea. Alright, sure. What's this? Dear Unbroken backers, welcome to the dark. So this is from Mark Goldner, from the founder and CEO of Golden Bell Studios. So this is literally a welcome to the game. We hope you enjoy the full orchestral score that will be a debuting. You can access it on YouTube. That's another thing that's been controversial about this right now, is that apparently they promised the score on their Kickstarter page, and they're not making it available as an MP3 to people. They're only making it available free on YouTube. To actually download it to your phone and listen to it, you either have to use an app, or they say that you can buy it later, which is kind of the opposite of free as far as I'm concerned. This is also asking us for money again. They are asking us to deal with the challenge by donating an additional $10 to reflect the actual shipping costs that we have incurred. Now, they claim that you can also get a printable file with 2 new characters, 20% off coupon for purchases made on Golden Bell Direct, advanced access to Unbroken content, several stickers. Okay, I'm sorry. This is a token of good faith that they included, are these 2 stickers. I'm going to withdraw any comments about that, but and a couple of surprises that they'll be announcing over the next few months. They're also going to have an email link to the soundtrack video, again, not the MP3 that they promised in basically those exact words on their Kickstarter page. So that's interesting. I'm going to say this right now, that additional $10, I can ship a 2-pound package via media mail on stamps.com, which is what we use for shipping, for approximately $4.30, $4.50. These envelopes from Uline, I've used these exact same bubble mailer models. You can get for about 10 to 30 cents each, depending on how many you order at a time. Based off of the number they had to ship, they were ordering plenty of them to get the discounted price on Uline. So that means... we'll see what's on the backside of that in a second. That means this janky-ass piece of paper is claiming that it cost them over $10, because I already paid shipping on top of this $10 they're asking for, to mail a $4.50 package. Alright, let's see what's on the other side here. Oh, look at this, guys. It's the sheet music to the Golden Games Solo Series theme. Now, this is owned and licensed by Golden Bell Entertainment. It was by Jonathan C.V. Meller. I'm using the power of the internet. Let's listen to what this sounds like. Yeah, seems appropriate. Alright, that's something. Alright, so Golden Bell is super, super proud of their involvement with this. One thing that Golden Bell does is when you sign a contract with Golden Bell, you sign a contract that you're not allowed to talk out against Golden Bell, regardless of their performance and behavior. They own the rights to your game, and they own the rights to any upcoming expansions, connections, expansions, anything for Unbroken at this point. So Artem created this game. He designed the game. Supposedly, based off of their Kickstarter, Golden Bell came in right at the end to help produce and distribute the game. Inexplicably, at least one of the major Golden Bell owners also does a lot of the art on this, and it gives the impression that maybe they were involved a lot longer than right at the end there. So that's questionable to me. One of the other things when you're backing, or when you sign a contract with Golden Bell, is that they have exclusive rights to your designs for, it varies from what I've seen, but around 5 years. For 5 years, they own the rights of first refusal for any additional game designs you make. So the designer of this game, if he comes up with a totally different type of game in 2 years, he has to give these guys first refusal. And in the contracts I've seen that other people have posted, they have 217 days to refuse that game. So the important thing about that is not just are you locked into Golden Bell even if you don't want to go through Golden Bell. But if you do something to upset them, and you come out with a game design, they can take almost a year before saying no. That you just have to sit on your thumb and twiddle. So essentially, you're locked into designing with them, or never designing a game again for a half a decade. Anyway, Artem Safarov is the designer on this. He's either completely complacent with all the madness that's going on, or he's so locked into the situation that he can't do anything about it. So I'm trying not to look negatively on him, but he does seem to be doing some strange things lately too, but nothing compared to what the level of Golden Bell does. But anyway, enough about that. The game is here. This is the important part. I'm throwing all the other shit away. They're not getting my $10, that's for sure. Because this is here. This is the important part. I'm here for games, not for drama. So I hope you enjoyed that 10 minutes of drama. So let's get the plastic wrap off because my lights have a pretty good glare here and we can't read what the box says. I like this box size. I like this size a lot. It does feel like there's a lot of stuff crammed into here. The art's nice. It's got a little spot gloss on the Survivor there. It's also, however, very poorly applied. You see that? Like, that is some cheap manufacturing right there. That is not down. That is just a straight up bubble in the UV coating on that thing. The letters look fine, but she is, well, she's got a bulge on her crotch right there, frankly. Don't like that. The corners are a little banged up, despite being in a box in a bag. That's another thing. Media Mail gets treated very poorly. This is a one-player only solo game. I am very excited about that aspect of it. The cover artist is Jacob Atinzia. The illustrations are Nikolai Ostertag. And then Nikki Storm and Alexander Flanagan are editorial. Nikki Storm is one of the Golden Bell designers or owners. It's for 13 and up, 20 to 30 minutes. Box is nice. I actually really like that end right there. Man, that bulge is really notable. I don't like that at all. That is just going to come off. Look at that. It looks like it's like a poorly applied vinyl cling, like a color forms on the up front. Rado describes this as Die Hard in a Dungeon. The #1 back pure solo game of all time. There's not a lot of competition there, but this was very successful. Which is kind of disappointing in the way that it sounds like a lot of the expansions probably either aren't going to happen or they're not going to be as well supported. This is a cheaply made box, man. Like, I don't know, like, this is already coming up here on the edge. This is concerning. Alright, let's get this open. So anyway, this game. The expedition was a disaster. The monsters were waiting for you. The ambush was sudden and violent. Your companions murdered. You were left to die of your injuries. They should have killed you when they had the chance. Now you'll gather your strength, find your way, craft a weapon from whatever scraps you can find, and make them pay. It's very ironic that that hashtag is on their box, just for the record. And the paper inside wants money. It's a solo game of survival and revenge in a world of dark fantasy. Build up your character, manage scarce resources, and face terrifying monsters as you try to escape the dark. You'll have to be versatile to survive. Steel yourself, face the monsters, reclaim your freedom, or die trying. So this has got over 100 cards, 33 large sheets, which I assume are trackers and monsters. Yeah. Quick start guide, medium sheets. That's worded so strangely. 1 action, 23 tokens, an alternate Fox token. Oh, I guess that's what that edition sticker was supposed to be, is something related to this game. I'll be honest with you, I heard good things about this game and backed it without really paying attention to what the game is, except that it was solo and that it's sort of dungeon crawly and it's cool looking. Alright, inside. First off, edges. Looks like it's already promoting an expansion. Dungeon dice, which is Cauldron, and Die Trying. So a bunch of ads. Nothing on the inside cover, just standard, cheap, uncoated cardboard. Oops, I just hit the camera. Sorry, everybody. So the instruction book is pretty hefty, actually. Man, it's a solid instruction book. It's looks like it's pretty well laid out. It's got a lot of ads in the back. 46 pages. It's got different classes. Good illustration. Printing looks nice. It's really easy to read. Spacing's good. The margins are super tight on some of these pages. It's interesting. So these guys do like other like card games and some weird licensed stuff. Coming in 2019, we have to go back. Anyway. Now what's this? What's this? Poster in my game. Okay. That's cool. Some of that art's pretty neat on there. Backside's a map, which I do like. It's kind of green, but it looks nice. Spider! He is our hero. Alright. Box of cards, which is sticky. You hear that? Ah, weird. I don't know what's up with that. Some little cubes. There's the fox. That fox is way cooler looking than the fox on the sticker we got. Looks like it's screen printed. That's nice. Ooh, both sides too. I like that. The die is it's engraved, but very shallowly. Like you can barely see the engraving on it, but it's nice looking. I love it. Big chunky die. It's really nice. It is interesting though, because like that's a 6, but until you get used to it, you're gonna struggle each time to determine the difference between the 6 and the interesting. I do like the choice of doing the single slash for the 5 and the triple slash for the 6. It does make it a little more immediately recognizable. The 4 and 3 are close enough that you're gonna have to look every time, but I don't think that'll be an issue. It's nice though. I like it. Oh, again, that's got a weird sticky film on it. How odd. And like it's cloudy. Oof. You know what these look like is they look like, so yes, it could be from where they stored them. Maybe these were in like a non-climate controlled storage unit or something like that. It could also be that media mail typically does not receive the same care and attention that first class shipping does. I have seen how they're treated versus others, and often media mail is thrown into storage units until they have enough from a certain region to transport to the other side of the country or to different distribution centers, and the heat could be responsible for the weird texture on that, because those were right at the top. The ones further down are not as bad. You see how cloudy? I don't know if you can see that, but it's like actually heat warped there. And that, along with the texture on the top of this thing, could be a result of being somewhere super hot for too long. Interesting. So the score pad is a little dark, but it's readable. Cool. This is nice. It's thin. Oh man, it's thin. Look at that. I don't know if you can see on the camera, but I can actually see my hand through this bag. I don't think you can see it on the camera there, but it is yeah, look at that. You can see the material. Huh, interesting. That is some thin material. I could rob a bank with this on my face. Interesting. Okay. It's a weird material too. It's got a lot in this though. I'm very impressed with that. So here's the big cards. Let's go ahead and open this guy up and see what we got going on here. I did read on the quick start thing that you are not supposed to shuffle the cards initially, so they're ready to play right out of the thing. They do have a nice linen texture. They're a little, actually they're quite thin, but they're playable. They're thin enough that they've warped a little bit, so that's interesting. It's got achievements, monster levels. Oh, okay, and then there's the monsters on the other side. Interesting. Everything has like a weird, like, silvery sheen to them. It's interesting. I do like that Orc Brute a lot, actually. I like the art a lot more than I expected to in this. The graphic design's a little off. I don't love that art there. It's weird. A lot of ground it covers in these cards, though. I like that. Man, they're flimsy, though. Oh, man. Like, they're just like 60-pound cardstock. And it's odd, the linen texture is a lot finer than on a lot of games, which I don't think is necessarily bad, but it does feel different. It's really interesting. It's got some quick start stuff, which I really appreciate. So far, the design on the layout stuff is nice. The condition cards, they all have a weird amount of dead space on them. Condition cards, same linen finish. Okay, interesting. Man, so I love that this is big blank empty space that isn't really used for many of them. A few of them. But look how little that font is. Ay, that's tiny. Man, look at that. Okay. Skill cards. Man, this is sticky. That is so weird. Alright. Like, that is it. Ugh. Like, weird film on my fingers now, even. Ugh, that is strange. Alright. Moss Eater. Okay. So these are skill cards, and I believe these are kind of your survival things that you're doing as you play the game. Encounter cards. Man, this deck feels awful. It's just got this, like, just absolutely terrible texture to it. So strange. And that is just not even remotely accessible anymore. Let's get up under here and get a split. Oh, that is sticky. How weird. A lot of encounter cards. And again, they threw a couple of blanks on the back, but the art on the main section is sort of inconsistent. I feel like there are at least 2 different artists at play here. Like, look at how cartoony some of this is compared to a lot of the other art in it. That is strange. How odd. Like, the art on the cards, like, that looks a lot like the artist that did the creatures, but some of these other ones, like that, looks like a completely... Oh, you know what? It is different artists. Okay, that's why. So this is Nikolai Ostertag, who did the cover art, and I believe the monster art. This one here is Nikki Storm, who is one of the Golden Bell house artists / owners. And man, is that a striking difference in art style. Really dislike that. It is immediately notable when it's one of the other artists doing things. Like, look at that, that's Nikolai there. Then we've got Rachel Corsten, who is kind of an in-between, but it's a lot less painterly. It's a lot more digital looking. That's a Corsten again there, and that one's not as bad, but again, you can definitely sense the difference in refinement. Nikki's stuff is awful. Like, the detail on that piece immediately pulls me out compared to how nice so many of these other cards look. And then we got a Jacob Altenza here too. Interesting. What a strange mix of art. I do like it. It's all fairly thematic, but man, the striking difference in it is kind of surprising to me. Okay. Well, anyway, I haven't really looked at what any of those said, but they look interesting. I do like a lot of how they're laid out. I'm really excited about playing this game. I'm curious about it. I think it's got some good potential. Symbol guides. Oh, okay, so the fist, depending on how flaming the fist is how much effort extended. Alright, that's cool. So your resources are food, treasure, time, wood, metal, and cunning. Just like real life. Club, knife. How weird. Okay, so the weapons have different stats depending on things. I don't know how any of this works, but there they are. There's your characters, I guess. Interesting. Okay, and it looks like all that's left is the dual layered board in the bottom. Oh, there's two of them, it looks like. Luckily, they don't look as bad as the cover. I think I actually got lucky that the heat damage seems to have been on the top of the box and not the bottom. There is like a little bit of inconsistency in the layers on it. Like, I feel like this is not as durable as I would like it to be, but I think for what it is, I think it'll work okay. But man, you can definitely see the lifting on the edges of that. That's not real great for longevity there. Like, that's, I don't know if you can hear that, but that is just like a flap of loose paper there. Interesting. It also looks like it's warped somewhat. Like, you can kind of see that is not a perfectly straight line right there. It actually seems to have bulged down a little bit. Do appreciate the dual layer. That's going to be nice. It's interesting looking. And I like the texture of the paper on the back quite a bit. It's nice. And that's Unbroken from Artem Safarov and Golden Bell Games and Altema Games, which I believe is Artem's company. We'll have to give this a try. Thanks for watching. Unbroken.